MV3 Traders Futures Trade Radio is brought to you by the Ultimate Trader's Guide, your one-stop shop for the most valuable income-producing information on the internet. Go to ultimatetradersguide.net to learn more. Link in the description below. All right, what's going on? What's going on? How we doing? Brand new week of trading. Let me mute this. Now let's go ahead and get to it. We got shared sentiment across the board, pretty much. Everything is traded neutral. A lot of sideways action. Nothing on the calendar for the day, and it's a light week in terms of economic events. Probably just some earnings stuff. I don't really pay attention to earnings anymore, but nothing on the economic calendar for the most part. But nothing like, it's not a, we don't have a full calendar. It's like just a couple things for the rest of the week minus today. Alright, so let me go ahead and get into NQ and see what NQ is talking about. Got volume kind of drops off around PR50 at 385 area. We got a session high around 465 at 470 session. That's the overnight session high for now. We still got about 8 minutes. Doubt we, lift that high, but anything is possible. Pretty decent volume this morning. Oh, and I forgot to put this up here. This is Lord and Friday. Had a slight inventory dip through the London hours. Not a whole lot to really give much attention to, just a bunch of sideways action. And pre-market snapshot. Yeah, that'll do it for today. About 5 minutes before the open. Just making sure I run through all my pre-market checklists and I'm ready to go. I did everything I'm supposed to do. That only goes to take every single setup. Be disciplined to the strategy. No, alright, I'm ready to go. I have to say certain things in my checklist out loud. It helps to say things out loud, you know. So that's something that I've discovered that's helped me to be consistent and do what I'm supposed to be doing. Got a couple minutes before the open and we're trading into some automation levels that I have. Between roughly 430 and 428. serving as our inventory zone for now. 10 seconds. And there's some decent volume on the board, but it seems like a pretty chill open, especially for a Monday. We'll see if things picks up. It's a nice little supply run in the first minute. Look as we got there, a nice quick retracement back into that inventory. Not a good feel on my part. While we're kind of hovering around that VWAP area. But I took that off my chart. I guess it's still there. Seeing liquidity on both sides. Positive delta pressure up here in the supply area. It's 430s. See, we just could be just covering. Our sellers could be, just slowly. Okay. So we maintain that supply area. Would have been a nice short up there in hindsight. I didn't get a trigger. Let it go. Stay present. Oh, we're still just ranging, hanging out in this range. Quick little supply run. Now we're gonna go back to budgeting. Making our way back towards the session high. course, I gotta have some technical issues, and it threw me off. I don't know what that was all about. It's weird. It seems like I only really have technical issues when I'm streaming. It's kind of frustrating. So we're slowly grinding our way down to that overnight inventory into the PR high. Volume drops off at 380. In between that 390, 380 area. A little bit of chopping that area only got filled in one account. A little bit of buy pressure there at that 415 area. Well, it's really 414, 412. We'll lift our supply again back into A1. Missed my trig up there too. Okay, it's showing a lot of volume on the board, but like it's, I already had a speed this morning to get to take some of my triggers. So it's trading like there's low participation. Just tapping my areas. It's kind of made me rethink using one of those, but I haven't really found a good trade copying system that I like as of yet. I may check out Quant Tower. Like the system I use now is cool, but sometimes when speed can be an issue. I do have the most control and the most accuracy with the system that I use now, though. Get our way down into the session low. Got some new supply at 386. Nice little front run of the session low at 374 area. And over. Alright, I gotta test something out. I'm just at that same problem 2 times. Looking at the screen, this shouldn't be copying me or trading off of what I'm doing anyway, but this is just a test. I'm just about to run through some tests, play some arbitrary trades in here. I keep having this issue to where it's like on one of my windows, it's messing up my orders and it's not filling. It's like messing up the order quantity and it's not filling. Now when I go to sim, it doesn't do it. Strange. See what the problem is. Okay. Let's see what's going on. I don't know how that happened. Let's see if I can fix it. Strange things. All right, so now I got that problem fixed. Let's see, so we got 5 minutes before B period. Pretty much the same thing. Nice little front running inventory response in that 370 area. Main inventory as of right now is around the PR50, 370 to 380 ish, in that 380 range. Liquidity being shown on both ends, but mostly long. So it makes sense that we continue to use that information for some wholesale budgeting. see what the B period brings to us. We're going to continue the same theme, or we're going to shift things up, change things up a bit. We got about 4 minutes before that happens. Right now we're back at VWAP. Quick inventory at the 418 area. A lot of automation points here in this range. So this whole little 420, let's call it 430 to now 412-ish range. Automation in this some automation points in this area, slowly dropping the inventory, and I'm seeing some supply decline as well, so we're in this markdown phase. Let's go back and grab some cheap inventory. Overall budgeting, not really trying to take the shop to a new location. Got kind of this mall setup. We have set up shops, but inside of this overall range. Making our way back down to the PR50 area. Just crossed the power range high. Still got a lot of sell pressure. At this point, I could, let me not even speculate that deep into it. Should be some covering. So we start to see the volume decline. Nice mechanical area to take some profit for anyone that went short at the previous supply. Also, from the flip side, understanding that there'll be a decent area to try to fade the short, or that's a likely area that some buyers would be trying to initiate some long positions, understanding that there will be some short covering there. This is basic psychology. We roll into the B period. Continuing to drop the inventory. A lot of sell pressure grinding us back towards the session low. Now we're at the previous area where we saw that inventory response. Let's see if we get some pressure to actually take us to the session low. There should be a lot of interest in this area. Not a whole lot of historical volume for today's session. There we go. Quick drop of the session low. Right. Now we're really going to apply the pressure. Potential look below and fail. Oh God. Now my charts are all messed up. Alright, so I'm gonna call it for today because I just got too many technical issues. I'm not gonna take any more trades. That's strange. I don't know why my chart just changed like that. You know, when I have these, anything that's taking me out of what I'm supposed to be doing, like it's gonna take away my focus, whether it's something personal, you know, like internally that I'm dealing with, or if it's something like a technical issue or something external. If I have too many distractions, then I'm gonna just, whether I'm red, green, it doesn't matter what the P&L is, it's just too many. I go ahead and stop the trading for the day, regroup, recenter, refocus, and come back the next day. Yeah, it's something that I like to make sure that I know I've said this plenty of times, but I don't mind repeating it because I know in the past, trying to force yourself out of the, you know, the distractions and out of the hole that can be triggered by a lot of distractions. You end up digging I've ended up digging the hole deeper. So major lesson that I had to learn was just to, if I start having these issues, just take it for what it is, and then just regroup, close it up for the day, and come back the next day. Save yourself a lot of money that way. Appreciate you, JC. Yeah, we don't really have that much of, we don't have a trend today at all. It's just a bunch of range bound stuff so far. Relative to the strategy that you're using, it's not necessarily an easy day. There is a rhythm, there is a pattern. So we brought supply back above the overnight low. It's also above one of my key automation points. Back above PR, well, we're hovering PR 50 now. It's 382. See, where's my MSRP? That's all the way up there. Around the 400 range. This also brings up a thought about, how well you know your platform. being, having familiarity with the different features and different settings of your platform. So like me being comfortable with Sierra chart, it doesn't take me, if I have these technical issues, it doesn't take me a long time to fix the issues when I see them come up. I know exactly where to go, even though Sierra chart has a ton of features and a ton of settings. For the stuff that I typically use, I know, like, I'm familiar with it. I've played around with the system enough to know where to go to fix certain things for the most part. Every once in a while I get something that I have to, fumble around and mess around with. But the point I'm making is it's really valuable to take the time to get as familiar with the platform that you're using, whether that's the Sierra chart, NinjaTrader, Quant Tower, multi-charts, whatever system, whatever platform that you're using. It can be really valuable to take some time and just play around with the system, play around with the platform, get familiar with it, know where certain things are, know what are things that you like to look for, that you like, and get really familiar with that stuff, so that if you do come into an issue, it's a quick fix. You can fix it and keep moving, right? I know with certain platforms like Sierra chart, it can be intimidating, but it's just because it's only when you're new to it and you haven't really played around with it yet, right? So like on a Saturday, or after I'm done trading, or maybe on a Sunday, whenever I'm not trading, I will just go and I will just play with the system and see what I can do with the system, right? And to see like what different settings there are, and if there's something that I want to have set up on my charts, or whatever I want to do, right? I'll see the different ways of accomplishing that goal. If there's only one way, sometimes with like Sierra chart, there's multiple ways to do what you're trying to do. So I want to be familiar with all of those different ways. So it can be extremely valuable for me to just take the time out and just play around with the platform that I'm using. And I've done that with Sierra chart mostly, also a little bit with NinjaTrader, not so much with NinjaTrader because I only really use it to place orders, because that was just the default platform for these funded accounts. I've done it with like multi-charts, and TradingView is another big one. But mainly since I'm trading from Sierra, I've definitely taken the time to familiarize myself with the platform. And even still, there's still a lot that I haven't really, still a lot of features inside of Sierra chart that I probably haven't spent that much time on, or haven't even come across yet, come into the awareness of yet. It's one of the most customizable platforms on the market, which can be, have your hands full when you're trying to learn how to do different things. So now we're back at VWAP. Back to some previous supply areas where we did see a drop of the supply from a 3-minute perspective. So let's see if we continue that pattern. Let's see if we maintain that theme. So far, it's giving us signs that it might be possible, that might be how this plays out. Potentially dropping the supply, overall 3-minute supply, to the 424 area. That's just one scenario. Of course, there could be other scenarios, like a player on the board can be using that area to position for higher prices. These are only points of awareness. The strategy stays the same. The way that I participate, if I was to participate, would stay the same. Because the thing that's been most beneficial to me that I've seen since I started trading years ago is consistency. Staying consistent, staying disciplined to what you plan to do. Also, one thing that came up for me lately was staying disciplined, not to like just my strategy and all of the external stuff, but staying disciplined to the truth of myself, right? Understanding who I am as a person and sticking to that, not trying to go outside of that because I see another successful trader doing it, or whatever other thought that come across my mind that would have me to, or would lead me to think that I need to change something about myself in order to successfully or efficiently participate in this environment. Like I say, great trades come from within. So, in my personal opinion, staying true to self is the overall objective, the overall best way to participate in this environment, and having discipline, being disciplined to that is going to be more beneficial than anything else. And then staying consistent inside of that, which you kind of look at discipline and consistency the same thing, but you can be consistently undisciplined, right? But I'm not gonna go down, that rabbit hole too far. The overall point is to stay true to yourself. Trade from within. That's a good point, JC. Like having a word to you with yourself. A lot of what I do when I show up to these streams is, and then I'm calling out different stuff, I'm really talking to myself, reminding myself, making sure that I'm staying aware of what I'm supposed to be doing. I just so happen to turn on the camera, turn on my streaming stuff, and share that to anyone that wants to tune in. But having that verbal talk to yourself is also extremely valuable, whether you're in the moment and when you're done trading for the day in hindsight, when you're just reviewing your session and all that stuff. The word is power. But I'm not gonna get too metaphysical on this. So still pretty much maintaining the same thing, not a whole bunch of movement in this moment. Trying to think of how to word it. Just a lot of range bound stuff and moving the supply and the inventory. What I call budgeting. So we're just a whole lot of budgeting going on. Eventually, I can definitely see the theme changing for the day. We're getting outside of this overall markdown phase that we're in, or I can maintain it. Again, anything is possible. But on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the day for myself. Appreciate you, JC, in the chat. Appreciate everybody who hit the like button, everybody who coming through and tuning in for another Futures Trade Radio. Hope you have a good rest of your day, a good week, and until the next time, trade it easy.